A lot of you are still talking about my report regarding the delayed retirement benefits for federal retirees that left the federal workforce last year. I put the link at the bottom so that you can check it out there. But I want to share more of my conversation with OPM Director Scott Cooper. And one of the things I talked with him about was the sort of growing frustration among some federal retirees who say that 2025 provided them with a great deal of uncertainty. And they felt like they were almost kicked out the door after decades of service. They say adding to that the delayed retirement checks, and it really does feel like insult to injury. I posed that question to him.
Yeah, I mean, look, I recognize why they're frustrated, and obviously I'm sympathetic to them. What I would say is what we're trying to do at OPM is we're trying to do everything that we can within our power to actually improve things. And again, I think if you ask people, and at least when I look at like the Reddit forums and stuff, which I check regularly, I do see
Mm-hmm.
this, which is um, our ability to get interim pay into people's hands faster has been a major change from what historically has been the case. And so we are doing everything we can, as I said, to minimize any gap in time between when they get their last paycheck to when we get it. Transparently, obviously, look, we are dependent upon payroll providers who exist in other agencies. We are dependent upon the HR organizations and these other agencies. The benefit of the online retirement application is for the first time it gives us visibility. So as soon as an applicant starts that application, we can now track where it is in the progress, as can the applicant, by the way. And so look, we're doing as many kind of training programs and other things to try to move them through. So look, I totally recognize the issue and I'm very sympathetic to it. If I could wave a magic wand, I would certainly do so. But the reality is, we're doing, I think, the best that we can, given that obviously we are dependent upon other organizations to make sure we have an application against which we can, calculate an annuitant's final pay.
A lot of you have questions about the federal retirement process and other things related to the federal workforce. If you have those questions, drop them below. I'll be answering some of them today.